So, the meeting at Bear Creek. I decided not to put the intro in for the video, of going up to the building and my thing before, because I want the video of just the meeting to be without bias, without my opinion, my thoughts, and it's the video as is, uninterrupted, unedited. It is what it is. I didn't even want to put words up on the screen or links to their things. I'll put that in the description. And the same here, put in the description so you can go to El Paso County's park website and find all that information and be able to go right there and get the information. Now, I thought the meeting was total utter bullshit personally, because it's a typical meeting. I talked to Todd, the head guy there that was doing the talking, outside before everything began, because I was there so early, as you saw. And he said, well, basically, good luck. We're not going to have anything open anytime soon. Getting a motorized trail, multi-use trail open in the Captain Jack's Jones Park area, oh, that's something we could do. It's not something we can do. The likelihood of getting it open, from the sounds of Todd when I talked to him outside, was, well, that's many, many years away, if it is even approved, due to the approval process they have to go through. So from the sounds of the video, and correct me if I'm wrong, from the last video, is the meeting's basically like, this is a Jones Park meeting. Jones Park is an area that the city controls. They were able to get granted, if you will, the ability to use that for public use, but it has to meet certain conditions from, I guess, the Palmer Association, if you will, Palmer, the trust for the lands. I guess the Palmer family has donated to the city over the years. So it has to go through approval process. Something about master plans and aspirational trails. These are aspirational trails, or trails they would like to see open, hence the multi-use vehicle trail. So us moto guys would have another trail, but it's in the Jones Park area. So the Jones Park people, not the Forest Service or anyone else, has to say, okay, so the Colorado Springs Parks Department has this idea. Now it has to go up, and it has to be, I guess, whether it meets the criteria and whether they probably have a budget for it. And as you saw in the video, somebody did ask about what they spend currently. It's roughly $35,000 a year, some years less, some years more, on maintaining just the Jones Park area, which I find very steep. But of course, he justified it with, like, well, that soil washes away, and once it's gone, it's gone. Okay, once it's gone, it's gone. I could believe that, right? If we get a torrential downpour or what have you. But those trails are basically been the same since I've been riding there since 2010. So since 2010, the first time I ever went to Captain Jack's, it's still the same. Basically the same trail. So material isn't just washing. They want you to believe it's just washing away. Oh my God, is it washing away, folks? It's washing away so great. Getting in more material would take a helicopter. It would take an act of God to get more material there. That's utter bullshit. And anyone that has been up there for a long time knows that's bullshit. And yeah, the trail might have changed a little, but hey, they closed it down. They did a whole reroute because of the stupid Bear Creek watershed deal, because that stupid fish, yes, it's a stupid fish, invasive species. It was put there by man, happened to survive. What other insects and other animals did it destroy? Who knows? Maybe none, but we don't know. We will never know. It was put there by man, happened to thrive, and they've taken that pure genetic fish out and they've bred it in ponds. I remember that from way back when they were closing down the Bear Creek area, the watershed, because of this stupid fish. And they're like, oh yeah, we have it in ponds. I can remember a ranger saying that. And of course, the officials are like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Bullshit. And that one of these guys mentioned about how, oh, well, the fish, they're not doing so good. It's like, wait, What do you mean they're not doing so good? Well, they're not supposed to be there to begin with. They're an invasive species introduced by man to a waterway. I mean, man put the fish there originally, unbeknownst to everyone. And it was found out that's what occurred. So, damn the fish. So, and plus, it sounds like, well, the city's spending this money to have Jones Park trails, but they have justified their existence, right, and having all this, and they're willing to spend the money. But like the guy pointed out is, hey, why doesn't the Forest Service just manage those trails? So it technically means the Jones Park area isn't Forest Service land, so Forest Service rangers have no rights, no say on that land. However, as the guy pointed out, they can maintain trails that go through private property, so they could maintain those trails. So why isn't the Forest Service maintaining those trails that connect all the other trails? Of course, that gets really complicated, right? So what if one day they say, we're going to close down Jones Park area? No one's going to obey that, from hikers, bikers, riders. We're not going to obey that. I mean, that's an impossibility for them to do. They would have to shut us out of the whole area, and even then, yeah, good luck with that, because it's so far up there, it's pretty remote. Good luck with that. Well, the Forest Service, again, they're not going to really go up there. They're not going to really maintain stuff. It's really volunteers. It's like myself. I come across a tree, I cut the tree, or I report to a group that, hey, this tree's down because I know they have chainsaws, and then they go up and they take care of the tree because I don't have a chainsaw. I have a silky saw. I like my silky saw, and I use that. If it's too big, then I just report the dang tree to groups that I know have chainsaws, and they go take care of it, which I find that they do. I give credit where credit's due. I might not like CMTRA, but when I've reported trees down, they go up and they cut them out really quickly. So credit where credit's due. They're good at that. I don't think there's anything to this meeting, really. Them saying, hey, you need to come out to this meeting, and there's really not many people that came out to the meeting. It was like the good old boys club of the same probably people that show to every single meeting. Hence, the head guy, Todd, knows everybody because he's seen them, and of course, well, I'm there early. He's like, who are you? Why are you here, basically, No, he said, hey, how's it going? And I then said, hey, I'm just here for the meeting. Didn't know who he was or anything. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's going to be starting soon. What are you here for? Blah, blah, blah. And I told him. And, yeah, we started talking. And that's when it's just, yeah, the trail's not going to be open anytime soon. If it's open in the next 5 years, you'd be lucky. It's probably going to be more like 5-10 years. Come on, let's be honest here. So this is a very long process. By then, anyone with CMTRA is probably going to be moved on, right? Because they are older. They're 10 years from now, they're gone. They're going to have a new bunch in. Going to have a new director in. It probably won't be Todd. It'd be somebody else. He's a slightly older guy. He'd probably retire or whatever. And then you're dealing with somebody else. So it just keeps going, 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 going. So I guess what we can hope for is, for some reason, it goes to the process and they say, yeah, we'll sign off on that. We don't really care. And bada boom, bada bing, we're good to go. But then they'll probably still have to do environmental impact studies and this and that. And these things take years. And then they're going to want to hire somebody to do a trail dozer because, heaven forbid, if you just put in a normal single track without using a trail dozer that's 50 inches, because we have somebody that we like to, give them money. We got to pay for that trail dozer, so you pay somebody $50, $60, $80, $100,000 to put in some trails, which becomes total utter bullshit in itself. But that's how this works. You gotta scratch somebody's back. Somebody's cousin owns the trail dozer, and he needs to get paid. So it is all who you know and whose back you're gonna scratch to get things done. And you can't go outside that process. You can't just say, oh, it's going to be a single track, it's going to be a tire width, and then that's it. Let's just do it. Let's get it in. I'll wait to have it burned in within a week. But no, can't do that. Going to have to go through all these processes, Got to believe in the process, Mark. Well, I don't believe in the process anymore. And I guess that's why certain people hate me, make up bullshit, say I do hill climbs and I do this and that. And I've been given citations. Never been given a citation by Bureau of Land Management, Forest Service, or any other agency other than I've gotten two speeding tickets in Colorado. I had to think about that yesterday. 2 speeding tickets since 2007 in Colorado. That's the only thing I have received from a government agency ever, is a couple speeding tickets in Colorado. That's it. I stay the trail to the most part. Yes, I might go check out social trails. So do all these groups. So don't want to hear them being hypocrites, acting like they don't do it. They do it. CMTRA board members do it. Rocky Mountain Motorcycle Management Committee. God, I hate that name. Yeah, whatever. They do it. Everyone freaking does it. They just don't like to talk about it. It's like a hidden thing. Like, oh yeah, we don't talk about that. Well, I talk about it. I think that's why they don't like it. Well, because I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm just tired and sick of it. There's trails everywhere you look, and I've come across riders in the weirdest locations where you're like, oh, I'm the only one, and then here's somebody else, a group of 5 other people, and you're like, oh, you know about this trail too? Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know, so-and-so made this trail, they live over, blah, 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 you know? It's just amazing. It's amazing how much land there is out there and how many social trails there are. That goes for hiking, horseback riding, mountain biking. All these groups have their own secret social trails. I've come across horseback riders out of Woodland Park in the middle of the woods, and they're on trails like, oh, what are you doing? You can't be. Well, you can't either because it's a social trail. Is this a legal trail? No, it's not. So you shouldn't be here either. And then they shut up because you just called them out. Well, you're not on the legal trail, so don't bitch about me either. You know, I'm on a trail. I didn't make it. It's burned in. It's probably been there for 30, 40, 50 years, but hey, you know, it's not official. Anyways, you know, I digress. It's just I'm pissed off at these groups for being hypocrites on, oh, you can't go do this and that when they all fucking go do it. And then they make up bullshit about you because they just don't like that you're outspoken and you say shit. Well, that's what I think of you all. And if you're watching, you know who you are. You know? God. I mean, might even have the same name as I do. That's what I think of you. You'll be gone in 10 years anyways. We'll be putting you 6 feet under, and, you know, I don't even care. You know? Whatever. Dude, if you can't talk directly to me, I have no use for you. If you're making up slander towards me, I have no use for you. Anyways, this meeting is just utter bullshit. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere fast, and we're all just going to be, you know, listening how these groups, oh, they're working on this and they're working on that. All they're concerned about is going to put up a goddamn sign at some intersection that says, share the trail with all the people, with their fucking name on it. That's the only reason they want to do, because then it's CMTRA's name's on this billboard at this intersection. That's all they care about. So they can say, oh, we need more grant money for more signs to put up. So to justify our existence as a nonprofit. Whatever. Maybe I should create a nonprofit and write for grants, and I can get a few people. I personally still don't understand the whole grant thing when nowadays we have ways of raising money through social media. We have websites that allow you to do it, from GoFundMe to GiveSendGo. I'm sure there's others. We have the ability to set up easily, inexpensively, if any cost at all, a way to take credit cards for various groups. Could set up a bank account, boom, people want to donate you $50, do it through Venmo, do it through PayPal, do it through such and such, give cash, whatever. There's ways of raising money to use it for trails. You don't always have to rely on the grants. I agree, if the grants are there, you're stupid to not apply for them, but you don't have to rely on it like that's the only thing to get the trail open, is if you get that grant or not. If you don't get the grant, what's plan B? Plan B, well, maybe you should have been raising money. Maybe raising money through people like myself, I give 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there. Maybe it takes 5 years, but yeah, 5 years to get $50,000, $100,000, whatever. Well, then you have the money, right? You have the money. You don't have to rely on the grant. I'm not saying going for the grant is dumb. If the government's going to allow you to have a ability to get not free money because it's tax money or it's OHV money, but monies from the government, well, we should take that opportunity because other groups are going to want those monies, so why not apply for it? But you don't have to rely on it is what I'm saying. And people don't seem to understand that. These old people want to still go to the, oh, we got to do a grant, we got to do it this way, we got to do it that way. They don't have the modern thinking of, hey, why don't we set up a fucking bake sale and raise some money? Why don't we just go around and see if people will donate? Why don't we contact businesses like Rocky Mountain Cycle Plaza, Apex, Climb, IMS Products, Tugger Straps, Strider Balance Bike. I know the CEO there, Ryan, he's awesome. He'd give money for something. You know, these groups, these manufacturers, these companies, big companies, small companies, will give money to get stuff done if you have a good proposal written out saying this is what we're going to do with the money. We need $20,000 to do X. Well, we could probably raise $20,000 within a few months, but no one wants to try that because that's crazy. That's outside of the norm of these groups. These groups are so used to getting handouts from grants by writing for a grant, and the same name pops up and the office is like, oh yeah, we'll give you $50,000, blah, blah, blah. You know, why are we relying only on grants? As I said, you can apply for them, hopefully you get them, but if you don't, let's have a backup. Let's have a backup. It would be very easy to raise money in the modern era. Let's raise money by saying, hey, look, you go ride those trails. If you were in any East Coast state, you'd probably pay $300 a year for a membership. How about you give $300 a year for the next 5 years to raise X amount of money, and we're going to use it for this, 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 and this. And if for some reason we can't do these things, plan A, then we're going to do plan B. If we can't do plan B, we're going to do plan C. That money will be used for motorcycle rights and having trails, not just on some bullshit sign that goes on that no one looks at anyways. No one looks at those signs. I've had hikers that walk by those signs literally 20 feet from the sign say, you can't be here. And it's like, you just walk by this, oh, no, I didn't. You know, it's like they don't even look at the sign. The sign could be 20 feet big and show a motorcycle, a dirt bike, or whatever, and they will, I didn't see that. Because they're clueless, they're idiots, they're dumb. They see what they want to see, and signs do nothing but advertise your group. That's all it does, is advertise your group. I think it's a waste of money, personally. It doesn't necessarily decrease conflicts on the trail. Anyways, you do you, I'll do me. I'm just giving my thoughts to the meeting. And the meeting, I think, is utter bullshit. I don't think it's going to be done. They seem to be like 622A. Oh my God, that has to be the thing we put in. Well, is it an aspirational trail? Is it on the map? Well, it's on the master plan. It's already there. What it sounded like is we're just going to do it to do it. And tough. If they say something then, you know, ask for forgiveness. Oh, well, it's an existing trail. We're just improving it. We're stopping the erosion so it doesn't drain into the, I guess, Bear Creek watershed or wherever it drains to, so it doesn't cause any sediment issues in any other streams or Bear Creek watershed or wherever the sediment's going. And yeah, you know, it sounds like that's the main thing. They want to get that done, and the rest of the stuff is a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream. And what we really need is the Forest Service, and propose to the Forest Service to have other trails, because there's a lot of Forest Service lands that don't have to be in the Bear Creek watershed that could connect things. How about connecting a legit trail that goes from Upper Jacks down to Gold Camp Road over the tunnel and then back over again twice? So you could go down and then you could come back up and make a loop, because over the tunnel route is friendly to OHV use. But to get there, you basically have to park at the pavement, unload, go ride that. And then if you want to go ride the other, you got to go to the other trailhead legally to then go up Captain Jack's. It's total utter bullshit. We could have a lot more trails in there, which would be beneficial to everybody. More multi-vehicle use trails is beneficial to hikers, mountain bikers, equestrian, and what have you. I don't know why we can't have more trails. The population's increasing, so let's have more trails. There's a ton of Forest Service lands out there that we don't have to rely on Jones Park. How about we start making stuff that goes around Jones Park so as a backup, so we don't need to rely on the city always allowing people to go to Jones Park or through Jones Park. Because at some point, somebody might say in the city, like, nah, let's cut those guys off. Are we going to obey it? Let's be realistic here. No, we're not. We're not. But see, I say things like that bluntly, and groups don't like me saying that shit. Oh, he just said reality. Well, because I'm living in reality. I'm going to tell you how it is. I could be wrong. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe you don't think I should be talking about this stuff, but I will anyways. Anyways, you all take care, stay well, stay safe, and get out there and ride these trails, document these trails, get them on GPS, track them for GPX files so you could always share them. Nowadays, with technology, it's hard to do away with trails forever because with a GPX file, I will know in 30 years that, hey, that trail was there, and I'm going to go ride that trail. I'm going to make it stay open. I'm just saying. It's hard for them to close down stuff because we're able to record it. It's not like you can pull maps or maps get old and there's less maps out there with these trails. These files will forever be on the internet. And that's good. Have a good one. Bye.